That'll do it.
All right, so it looks like we're live now. I'm sorry, jazzed about that. We'll give people a little bit of time to hold on. For those of you who are psychotic and join the show right on time, congratulations. I love you. Welcome to We Are Trans Presents Trans Talks, where we sit down with some of our favorite trans performers and artists, and we just vibe for a little bit. Today, I have the incomparable, the gorgeous, the talented, the Asian Jeena Bloom.
Question mark? Yes.
I love it.
Yes, I am Asian. Thank you. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Pretty good.
Okay, great.
How is everything there? How are you?
I'm good. I am literally doing fine. 69. I actually have to send a Slack message to my boss to let them know that I'm feeling a little sick right now. I know.
Give it an hour, you'll be fine.
While I do that, Jeena, why don't you go ahead and let's just start off. How do you describe yourself? How do you describe your identity? What words do you like to use to describe yourself?
Words to describe myself. Fucking rad.
Period.
There you go. That's I identify as fucking rad. Thank you. I'm a trans lady. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's how I'm living. What's up? She, her, all that good stuff. I'm a performer, a writer, a comic. I got sort of fell ass backward into a modeling career, so you'll see me on some TV commercials coming up soon.
Okay.
I'm doing, yeah.
Very Pose season 2 of you.
Very Pose season 2. That's right. I'm living it.
That's iconic.
Well, thank you. I try to be.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of, let's get all our little plugs out of the way. So for We Are Trans, we have a not stand-up show, July 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern, streaming live on Zoom. Sammy, if you would please pull the link for that up for us. Maybe she won't do it. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
There they are.
Oh, there it is. Period. Okay. I've also got a show that just premiered on Ars Nova Supra as part of a residency. It's called Trans Moses because I represent the experience of every trans person at any given moment on any day. And it's streaming all month on Ars Nova Supra. And then after that, who knows? Jeena, you told us that you've got a bunch of comedy stuff in LA. You told us that you're going to be all over the Eastern Seaboard, in Southeast.
In the Southeast. So, you're a little late. I had a bunch of Zoom stuff and transy stuff happening, but it all ended last week. I was the co-producer / host / tech for Deanne Smith and Friends. Our season finale was last week with Rhea Butcher, now known as RB. Yeah, it was great. That might be coming back for a new season in September on the Zoom near you. We'll see. And otherwise, yeah, I'm all about performing live and in person. I will be in San Diego in 2 weeks for the weekend, July 18th. New shows in LA are coming up slowly. LA comedy is coming back kind of slow compared to other places. So we're doing our best. And in the fall, October-ish, we'll be in New York City doing my thing. Should be headlining a show at Caveat. That tends to be my home place to screw around. And then we'll be headlining Model Face Comedy in Asheville, North Carolina sometime in that as well. We're working out the dates. Just follow me on all of my socials for more info.
And where can people find you on socials?
I am a social lady. I use Instagram and Twitter at Jeena Bloom, JeenaBloom. Someday I'll get a TikTok or something like that. Now that I have this new voice, I want to speak to the world. Like I had trans vocal surgery about 6 months ago, and it's finally recovered to the point where like it sounds kind of hot. So
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about that. I was like, she's like kind of hoarse, but in like a horny way.
yeah, horse but horny, a horny horse. That's what I am. I'm a horny horse.
I was actually okay. So, vulnerable moment. I just had my first appointment screening for like gender affirming surgery. I'm really excited.
Yay!
But also, I was thinking about getting vocal surgery because like my like voice as it is now like kind of started giving me dysphoria like really recently, and
Voice is tricky. It's a
the
tricky
voice
one.
is tricky, but also like another layer to that is that like I'm an opera singer and I don't want to lose my voice, and
Yeah. So
like
it's a long recovery. It was 6 weeks with no speaking whatsoever. And as you can see, this is what I sound like. This is like the tone and texture of my voice after our 6 months. So it's not really, you can't really sing with it. And now eventually it'll clear up, like in a year or so.
okay.
We'll be doing this for a while.
Well, you sound great.
I'm not going to be singing opera anytime soon, but I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, so all of the voice teacher friends that I have are like, don't get the surgery, like just like the risks are too much. And then I'm like, I know, but I don't like sounding like a boy.
Yeah, I mean they're vocal teachers. They're what are they? They're like vocal performance teachers, right?
Right. They're like singing teachers. They're
Yeah, they're not speech therapists. Like I went to 2 different speech therapists, including Christy Block, the famous Christy Block in New York. And my surgeon at UCLA, Dr. Mendelson, is one of like the top vocal dudes out there. And you know, we had a long discussion about it. It's not something that I ventured into, but I will tell you this. 2 reasons why I went ahead and pulled the trigger was A, the pandemic. Wasn't going anywhere anyway, so I might as well get surgery. And B, this is between you and me and the audience. I tricked the insurance company into paying for it.
Okay,
yeah.
Go on.
So it's not a covered operation, but if the doctor codes it right, because it's a transgender operation. So transgender operations are the only thing they approve are top and bottom surgeries. That's it. And depending on the insurance carrier, sometimes facial feminization, but that's less common. So you can't. So there's no vocal surgery that's going to be covered for trans care right now that I'm aware of, unless you don't call it that. He gave me a diagnosis of dysphonia, which is not dysphoria. It's dysphonia. It has nothing to do with being transgender.
Right.
My diagnosis was dysphonia, and that apparently is something the insurance company will pay for, as long as I didn't say that it was for trans reasons.
That's iconic.
So, bam.
For you, I'm gonna write that down for myself.
Yes, good. Yes, that's advice you can use. That's what I'm all about.
I am truly all about getting advice from my queer elders. And luckily for me, I'm a baby, so everyone's my elders.
Yeah, everyone's your elder. Not even people who are that old.
I'm 16.
Yay! I'm 17. It's all good.
Yeah, you don't look a day over 80.
I would hope not. My goodness.
I'm kidding. All right. So, I want to talk to you about your comedy journey. Your now obviously your crossover into modeling now. And also like I don't know, just like what's your like if your life is a movie, like where do we start? What's the exposition? And then take us through the thing.
Okay, my life is a movie. You remember Showgirls? You ever see Showgirls?
I'm 16.
That doesn't mean anything. It's icon. It's queer iconography. You can see Showgirls.
Oh, I'm straight. Sorry.
Okay, well in that case, Fast and the Furious Part 7. Then think of it that way. No,
Got it.
so in Showgirls, the showgirl gets off the bus. She's gonna take over Vegas, and then she gets into horrible misadventures. That's basically it. My life is basically Showgirls. I got off the bus in New York City back in 2015, and I fought like hell and was gay as shit until I made it to the very top of a very small heap. Very small heap, but I'm at the top of it now. So there you go.
Period.
That's my. I don't know how. That's a very short.
It's a broad question. Yeah.
A broad question. Yeah.
Okay. I'll make it more specific. Like, I'm still on If Your Life Is a Movie. Okay. So like, what's the 3-act structure here? Like, how are we introduced to Jeena? Like, what's her journey? What's the conflict?
I would say the part of the journey I'm on right now is the synthesis. I'm bringing everything back around. So I had a life before transition, and I basically just cut it all off and transitioned, and I started a whole new life. And I made all new friends, and I started doing all these different things. Like I became a stand-up comic and doing all these other things that I had never even attempted or even thought to attempt before.
Mm-hmm.
And then about 2 years ago, I decided that I wanted to bring back some of the life that I had left. I decided I wanted to move back to LA, which is where I was living before, and to get back into my first love, which is the movie business, and to see if I can bring the lessons that I learned in the past 5 years to this new person that I'd become. So now I'm going back over my steps. I'm now getting back to the life that I thought I'd left behind. I got rehired at the same company that I worked at before I transitioned.
Period.
Yeah. And
for more money.
For more money, yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, well, yeah, totally. Twice as much.
God, that's iconic. That's truly iconic.
Yes. No, I mean, it wasn't just because I'm hot now. I'm also better at my job, but that's also because I'm hot. Yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that's again, I don't in the hero's journey structure, if we're talking about writing, basically it's after you've done the journey, after you've learned all the things that you need to know, then you travel back to where you started and you bring the knowledge back to your people. That's what I'm doing. I'm bringing the knowledge back to my people.
That's beautiful. Little do you know, you're about to be struck by disaster.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if little do I know that. I know that. That's just.
I don't know if you know this, but the Gulf of Mexico is currently on fire.
Oh, yes, I know. Believe me, I know all about that. I've seen the Twitter threads.
Yeah, you thought that this would be a solace from climate disaster, but it's actually not.
No, nothing is. There's no solace. That's the ultimate irony, is that we're doing all these things. We're like, oh my God, we're queer, we're loud, we're living our truth. We're doing the things we never thought possible, and then the earth catches on fire and we all die.
Yeah. But also, I don't know, now that I'm in therapy, which by the way, congrats to me, I've started finding a lot of comfort in futility.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
It is so comforting to be like, actually there are no consequences for anything that I do. Like, personal consequences, but like the sky is not going to fall because I like
But the sky is going to fall. Just not
right, the sky's gonna fall anyways, you know.
Nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can do to make it worse or better at this point. You can do things to make it better. I'm not saying that don't recycle and shit like that. You should. We all should. I'm just saying that it's probably too late.
It's like, yeah, I wish there was like a thing that we could all do where we like get together and like gather around the Christmas tree and sing our song, and the Grinch brings back all of our gifts. But there's also something really comforting about being like, actually, nothing we can do, and I can just live with that.
I don't know. It doesn't look good. Put it that way. Things ain't looking too great right now.
What do you feel like? Okay, if you could get everyone in the world to take one single action to like save our climate, what would it be?
One single action to save our climate. Oh my god. One single action to save the climate. That's a tough. That requires a lot of needle threading. I would say the one single action to save the climate is to kill the Republicans. Is that a single action?
That's so funny. I was gonna say kill Jeff Bezos. Obviously,
yeah, there you go.
One person is not enough. Like we would need to kill at least several people.
But Jeff is a good start, sure.
Oh yeah, Jeffy. We should. I want his little bald head on a platter, baby.
Yeah.
If you were going to like murder a billionaire, like how would you do it? And just anyone listening here, this is not an admission of guilt, and this is not an action plan.
I would do it. I would have to do it in a way that took me out as well, because they're talking about a billionaire here, so they're there's going to be repercussions. So it would be a kamikaze style. I wouldn't want there to be repercussions on me or anyone close to me. If I killed a billionaire, I'd want to take us both out at the same time.
That's really kind of romantic of you.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
I love that you're like gonna die for our sins.
There you go. I'm very Jesus-like. That's right.
I think that if I were to kill a billionaire, I would do like a death by 1,000 cuts. Like I just feel like I'm like an evil person, and I think that if I am ever going to get to like express those like evil instincts without any moral repercussions for myself, it would be like on Jeff Bezos.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that you were like kind of feeling like you're like coming back into your pre-transition life.
A little bit, yeah.
So like what does what do you feel like is the most rewarding thing that you've like brought back into your life?
That I brought back into my life. I would say that specifically it's hard to say because I brought a lot of things back, and I've been very like conservative, but I've been bringing people back. I've been bringing back, things that I interests and all this other stuff. And I think what is rewarding, I guess, about that is how much better it is this time around. I mean, a part of it was just nostalgia. Like I came from LA and I wanted to see it again, and I wanted to be a lady in LA because I didn't get to do that. And I started doing all that, and that's fine. But every day your life gets a little bit further from whatever thing you'd happen to have the day before. Whatever idea you had, all of it is just life compounded on life. And then all of a sudden, it's like I have this like hybrid life where I get the best of everything now, and that is super rewarding. I think it proved to myself again, as if I didn't need it to be proved to me, is how foolish it was to wait as long as I did, because it's pretty cool.
You heard it here first, folks. It gets better.
Yeah, I guess so. Except the Earth catches on fire.
That doesn't get better.
That doesn't get better.
Like, all right.
From that one.
Great. I'm gonna amend that statement. It's like it gets better on a personal level, but we're all still like on a burning rock hurtling through space. Got it.
At the macro level, we're all fucked.
At the macro level, we're all fucked, but also it's like, have a good time while you're here, right?
I mean, if you're gonna be fucked at the macro level, you might as well have a good time.
You might as well have a good time. It's like, okay, what is like your greatest wish right now? Like if you could just blow off a little dandelion and make a wish and have it come, what would it be?
My greatest wish right now is to see the slate of projects that I've made for myself that are in various things around this wall to be completed and to be as rewarding as I hope they are. That's kind of selfish, but again, I waited a long time to get to this point in my life, and I feel like I'm at the precipice of the success that I always wanted, and I just want it to work out. Like I've had enough personal fuck ups. I just want it to work out for as long as it can, and that's like my greatest. Very simple stuff. I'm not wishing for riches or awards or anything like that. Although that'd be cool. I'm not saying I don't want it, but I just want to get these things done and seen and have people enjoy them and finally get all that out there. It's been a long time. I've been working on some of these things since I was younger than young Christian. Let's put it that way.
Truly, since you were a virile 10.
Yes.
That's so funny because I was gonna say Free Britney.
I mean, of course we want to free Britney, but like we free Britney. Honestly, that just makes me feel philosophically good.
Yeah.
It's okay to be a little selfish as long as you're not like hurting other people in the act of that. Like it's okay to want things for yourself. It's okay to have dreams and goals that are outside of freeing Britney. So let's also free Britney. But there's also the Uyghurs. Let's free them too. There's a lot of people to free. So, but for me personally, I also want to free myself.
Period. Okay. I love that. Oh, you're getting a call, a text.
Yeah, that's what I
take control. No, I want to know who it is.
It looks like a bullshit call, potential spam.
Oh my god. I know that that's not what we're here for, but I really want you to answer.
Oh, what?
I said I know it's not what we're here for, but I like on a personal level, I just want to know who's on the other line.
Oh, it was potential spam. It was literally a bullshit call.
But like it's like I want to know who, right? I want to know like if they're like, oh, we have some information about your insurance policy on your car.
Well, you really want the number, I'll give it to you. Chances are it's probably insurance for my car or something stupid like that. An island vacation.
Yeah. I always get those calls that are like, your car insurance, da 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 da. I'm like, joke's on you, bitch, I'm in New York. Okay, so what else do I want to ask? Okay, so if you were going to give some advice to your younger self, or say a young me, what would you want to say to her?
Oh my gosh, people have asked me this question a few times, and like I always kind of give the same stock answer. So I'm gonna try to think of something different, because I think at this point the young me and I have had a lot of conversations. So I think she's heard most of the actual wisdom I have to share, given the amount of times I've been asked that question. So now, and other than like giving young me stock tips and stuff like that, like
insider trading tips.
Yes, exactly. I would tell young me that I don't know. Like it's like life is always going to be kind of boring. Yeah. I don't want to be a downer. I've been on a couple of these Sammy James shows. I'm almost like a notorious fucking downer on all of these shows, but like to get away from the environmental apocalypse for a minute. What was it? Was it Emerson or was it Thoreau? I don't know which one it was. It said life is massive men is the quiet desperation or something like that. That sounds like Thoreau. Yeah.
Sounds like Thoreau.
Sounds like Thoreau. I would say maybe, 10 years ago it was quiet desperation. I don't think it's desperation for me anymore, but it's certainly quiet. And everyone's life is quiet because most of your day is like, I have to go to Trader Joe's and buy more bread. And, you go to Trader Joe's and buy bread. Oh, and then you go to Target and get command strips. And all of a sudden you spent 3 hours getting command strips and bread from Trader Joe's and Target. And you're like, what happened to my day? And that's every day. You go to your job and like 8 hours later, you're like, what did I even do today?
Yeah.
I guess whatever I should say to my former self, that even after you do the thing that you're afraid to do, life is still kind of boring. It's still just kind of like, meh, And I have a lot of sex, and I make good money doing my job, and I'm the most out person I know. And even with all of that, most of my time is spent getting things from Target.
Okay, sponsored by Target. I love that.
Yeah. Most of my time is spent buying bullshit at Target.
Okay, I literally love that. I think that that's so interesting because, yeah, I mean, at some point you become disillusioned to the glamour of like whatever you thought the glamour was.
Yeah, I have a hair appointment in 6 days because you can see this is all black and this is all blonde, and like that's not going to work.
I thought you were doing like a balayage thing. I thought you were.
There's a little bit of a balayage thing, but it's a little too iage, not enough ball. So I'm going to like get this all done, and like on the one hand, having like fabulous fucking lady hairs, that's awesome. I love it. But on the other hand, I gotta sit in a chair for 4 hours, 6 hours, however long, and then have someone wrap my hair in tinfoil and sit me under a lamp while I read my phone and try not to fall asleep. And then pay them, hundreds of dollars for the privilege of that. And that's what life is. Life is mostly just sitting in like a salon chair, reading your phone while someone cooks your hair.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to enjoy the hair for like half an hour.
Literally. I feel like my like financial goal for my life is to be rich enough to have someone else do my hair for me.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I agree. I'm not gonna marry you, but that'll be fun. I'd like that.
I am literally sick of like brushing and like fucking do like, you know what I mean? Like I want like the visual effect, and I want like the weight of it, but I don't want the heat retention. I don't want it flying into my mouth. I don't want
it's annoying.
The gross parts of hair.
I transitioned, and I love having tits and love having long hair, but I will still accidentally dip my hair in like whatever bowl of food I'm eating. Like I'll get like pasta sauce on the tip of my hair, then I'll pull back and I'll get pasta sauce on my tits.
There
you go.
It's hysterical.
So I end up with marinara in my hair and on my tits. But I'm living the dream, is what I'm saying.
I recently started like wearing like a lot of women's clothes and a lot of women's clothes with specifically like bell sleeves. And I'm realizing more and more that that's literally so impractical because
it's horrible. There's so much. The women's clothes is so stupid. It's hot and I love it, and I wear the girliest shit that I can find. I'm basically dressed like an anthropology, but it is so inconvenient. Everything about it is designed to make you feel bad about yourself.
I mean, before we went on air, to our audience, we went on air, we were talking about walking downstairs in heels, and it's garbage.
Oh, it's horrible.
Garbage.
Horrible. Heels in general are garbage. They're bad for your feet. They make you feel terrible. What
do you feel like the worst parts are of being a woman that like you wish you could just like let go of?
That I could let go of?
Yeah, like in terms of like your sleeves catching fire on the stovetop because they're hanging like 2 feet down from your arm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I guess there's like, the sort of like deal with it, bitch, inconvenience of it all, like not having pockets and things like that. Like it's really irritating.
It's truly.
Stuff like that. Stuff that clothes that if you gain 1 pound, they don't look good on your body anymore because they're designed to fit in a specific way. Then if you gain just a little bit of weight, then all of a sudden you're like you got this target painted around the middle of your body. Like, look at you, haha, you gain weight. But I think that's stuff like that stuff. I think you can let go. I think you can dress in a way that is like a little better for you, and I think you don't have to wear heels. I don't wear heels. I hate them. I have 5 pair, and I never wear any of them. I'm already 5'10". I don't need to be 6'3". It's ridiculous.
You do.
I can't even fit in my car.
I am. I finally got a pair of platforms, and I love being tall. I love being tall.
Well, I'm already tall, so I get the idea of like not being tall and loving being taller, but like the guy I'm dating is already 2 inches shorter than me, and if I walk around in heels and I gain an extra 4 inches, then I look like his bodyguard. Like, I don't want that.
That is very Taylor Swift, Joe Jonas of you.
Yes, absolutely. We are a little bit of
You're a bit of a Taylor and Joe.
Well, I'm definitely a bit of a Taylor. I've been called a Taylor before, so yeah, I guess he could be a Joe Jonas. I don't know if he even knows who Joe Jonas really is.
Well, they're also not together anymore, so
yes, I absolutely.
Well, maybe you're Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's hot. That's horny.
That's a good combo. Is what that is.
It's a good combo. Nicole Kidman. I feel like Nicole Kidman. Who do you feel like? Do you feel like Nicole Kidman fucks?
Nicole Kidman definitely fucks. I mean, she had to put up with Tom Cruise for years and years. I think anyone who has to deal with him, like once they're done with that, once they put in their cruise time, they're ready to fuck. Okay. I can't imagine being married to Tom Cruise would be sexually rewarding. He's probably just like doing like one-handed pull-ups all night long and then goes to bed. So
you think Tom Cruise has a pull-up bar in his house?
I think he has a pull-up bar in every room of his house. I'm pretty sure.
That's hysterical. Wow, Nicole Kidman. I guess it's like you know what? I really appreciate that Nicole Kidman dates men that are shorter than her.
Yeah, that is nice of her. I do the same thing. Like I don't have like a height requirement for this ride, but I don't need heels to make it even more apparent. I also date really tall guys, and I still don't wear heels around them either. 6'3" is overrated. I agree, Sammy. James, 6'3" sucks.
Sammy says 6'3" is overrated. However, I don't know. I feel like the grass is greener for me.
Yeah, I guess so. At 5'10", I'm like in that range where it's like tall for a lady, short for a boy kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
no, 5'10" is
I'm happy with that.
I think 5'10" is like tall for anyone. I don't know. I'm 5'6", so I think 5'10" is tall for everyone.
But for a white man, no, white men are trees. Like I don't know what happened to like white American boys, but they're all like 6'9" now. It's ridiculous. They're all like these walking walls of Cassidy. And I'm not happy with it, but that's what they are.
Well, send some of them my way because post-pandemic, I am frankly hornier than ever.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Absolutely. No,
I mean, obviously, pandemic sucked, but I want to ask you one fun little question before we go. What do you feel like has been like an unexpected treat of the pandemic? And don't say vocal surgery because you already said that.
Well, that wasn't unexpected. That was me working for. Was me taking advantage of the pandemic. That was expected. Because once the pandemic hit, I was like, I'm getting vocal surgery. And then I just worked toward it. I would say the unexpected benefit of the pandemic. Unexpected benefit of the pandemic was that it reinvigorated my creativity, in like a very specific way because I couldn't perform live in the way that I had grown accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
And I got kind of lazy about it, like because I have a formula when it comes to stand up, and I'm pretty good at it. Whereas I just kind of act like I don't give a shit, and yet I'm somehow funny. And acting like I didn't give a shit became kind of me not really giving a shit. So what happened, I kind of acted the part out until it became the thing. So what happened when that got taken away, then all of a sudden I did give a shit. So that it brought my love of performing back because I couldn't do it anymore. But then also it forced me to be creative in other ways. And now I have all this like stuff. And here I'll show you what I mean.
Oh my God, someone buy her fucking
I
pilot.
made all these writing
Oh,
boards, and there's more over here somewhere. If I can get them in the shot. There's like that wall, you can see a couple more. Then there's even more on the other side. You can see it in the mirror back there. I literally have like 9 boards of writing stuff that I'm working on.
that's
So
insane. Can I say something vulnerable to you right now?
Sure.
This room that you're sitting in is like bigger than my whole apartment.
This is my office, by the way. I have
the biggest room.
I have my bedroom, I have my dining room, I have my living room, I have 2 bathrooms and a deck.
Shit, I got LA.
So you can come. That was actually a very unexpected benefit of the pandemic was that it crashed the LA rental market, and I was able to hardball my way into a place that I really wouldn't be able to afford otherwise. So for the next year, I'm gonna be living fucking large, but after that, I'm gonna have to move someplace more sensible.
I mean, I kind of did the same thing. Like, we moved in December before the vaccine news hit, and we got like this really. I mean, it's a pretty sweet deal, but it's like also like a fucking shoebox because it's in the Lower East Side.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
But when you come to New York, we can hang out after your show and be like, oh my God, my apartment is so close by, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh, and then like maybe we'll kiss. Who knows?
Who knows? It's it's the post-pandemic. Who knows what will happen now? Life is wide open to possibilities.
Life is wide open to possibilities, and also I don't know if you experienced this during your transition, but I feel like the more trans I become, the more bi I become.
Yeah, I mean, I've had this discussion a few times. I think after you transition, the whole notion of sexual this and that and all this other stuff, it becomes kind of moot. Like after you've ripped your life asunder and done this to yourself, does it matter what form of genital ends up in my mouth at that point? I don't think so, because I've already done all this other crazy shit. Like at that point, sex is just, it's like so low on the totem pole of things to like be concerned with that it's all about chemistry at that point.
Yeah, no, I feel it. Okay, so as we're wrapping up, first of all, thank you so much for talking to me. Thank you so much for being an icon. Thank you so much for, oh my God, you didn't tell me about your modeling thing.
So a couple of years ago, I was in this book by Mark Seldinger called On Christopher Street, and it was about trans people, and it's been out for like 4 or 5 years, but somehow at some point, casting directors and people sort of finally caught wind of it, and I got booked on a TV commercial for a mental health app, and I got booked on a Facebook commercial with Laverne Cox, which we shot like 2 months ago.
Okay, so Laverne, nice in person?
I saw Laverne for like 5 seconds. She's a gorgeous statue of hotness. She walked by. She made eye contact with me. She smiled. She's an angel. That's all my interactions with Laverne Cox. However, we were on the same set at the same time, and we're in the same TV commercial. So I worked with Laverne Cox, is what I'm saying.
Wowie zowie. Okay, sponsored by Talkspace, sponsored by Laverne Cox. Okay, well, I'm thrilled by that. Oh yeah, we were also we both contributed essays to Bobby's Queendom book.
Absolutely, we did. I used to have it right here, but I put it in my room.
Wait, you have a copy?
Yeah. Here, I'll go get it. Hold on.
I'm like livid right now. I was supposed to get a copy too. Ah! Okay, so while we wait, I just wanted to, just talk about how much I really enjoy Gina's presence. I mean, we really don't get to hang out that much, and
There
everything
it is.
is iconic. What? Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's so cute. Wait, did you buy it or did
I
you?
bought a copy, and Bobby's also sending me a copy, so I'm gonna have two.
Oh, okay. So you bought that copy from Jeffy himself,
From Jeffy himself, yes.
and he like sent you a little note with it. Great, cool.
Jeffy sent me his number. He's single now, so.
Oh my god. He is the problem with him being single now is that he will never enter another marriage without a prenup.
Oh, of course not. She made billions, literal billions.
Giving
it all away.
Tens of billions. That's like
just to piss him off. Just to piss him off. She's giving it all away.
Okay, so Melissa?
Melissa?
What's her name?
I think Melinda is Bill Gates' wife, who's also giving the money away. So good for them.
Okay, yeah, iconic, but also like send some of that my way. Okay,
yeah.
Mutual aid, bitch. Okay, so buy that book. It's on Amazon, but it's also on Wheatfield Press's website.
And there's Shaping Up by Christian Luu right there.
Oh my god, Shaping Up, named after the famous episode of Full House where DJ goes on a crash diet.
Love it. Love it. And then here's my contribution right there.
What does it say?
It's over here.
Oh, Trouble Blonde.
By me. That is about how I would develop crushes on blonde-haired women that are disasters in their own lives, and then I became one. So
that's iconic.
There you go. I became the thing I loved most.
I wish I would become the thing I love the most. I want to become a bowl of noodles.
Baby, you'll get there.
I'll get there one day. Okay, so we've got to wrap up, unfortunately, but I had such a great time talking to you. Let's plug your socials again. Tell the people what you're up to.
At Jeena Bloom, JeenaBloom. As a trans woman, I have to spell my name as dumb as humanly possible. It's a J and two E's. That's how you say it. You spell it. I am a comic. You can see me all over the LA and San Diego areas in the summer and in New York and the Southeast in the fall. So check me out and follow me there.
Incredible. You can find me also on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at Christian D. Luu. The D stands for Don't Want to Be Here. I also just did my show, Transmosis, at Ars Nova, so you can watch that until the end of the month. Follow We Are Trans on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on every possible social media platform known to man. We're iconic. We're bringing this content to you literally all the time. And we have our Zoom show, the Not Stand-Up Show, on July 24th at 7 p.m. Eastern. The link for that is going to pop up at soon. There it is. And I guess that's all. Okay, so Jeena, last question. What would your Real Housewives intro be?
Oh my goodness. I don't know. I will tell you this. I don't know what that is. However, I am a single lady dating a guy in television. If we get together, I could be a real housewife, an actual real housewife is what I'm saying. So if there's ever going to be a Real Housewives of Toluca Lake, which is the fancy part of Burbank, I would be in it. So let's make it happen.
That's iconic of you. Okay, great. On that note, we are Audi 5000.
Hi.
Bye. Wait. Wait, I forgot to say it. Okay, Sammy, don't cut us out yet. We are out. We're having a great time. We are sitting here. We're Asian. And most of all, we are trans.
Yay.
Now cut us out.